emergency, right? Well, you know, Alice, I have a new job at the theater now, and we're getting ready for a show. And, oh, when the cell phone rings, it just gets everybody's nerves all a jitter. So, yeah, we can have a good jabber when I get home. But you know, if there's an emergency, I'm going to put my phone on vibrate so that I know that it's you calling, and yet we won't have the ringy-dingy-dingy. Okay, Alice, thanks for the call. See you tonight. Bye. Vibrate.
Another opening of another show. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Thank you for coming to our spring variety show. We are the Silver Foxes, the daytime and outreach arm of the Wisconsin Rapids Community Theater. We perform at assisted living facilities, church meetings, and at service club activities. If you are interested in booking us, check with the ushers or call the WRCT office. And any of you are welcome to join us. We do not memorize our scripts, rather we read them. Our theme is practice, but no pressure, and a whole lot of fun. We'll begin with a howdy from Doris Frost.
Howdy!
Howdy.
Howdy! Howdy! Do you remember Roy Rogers and Dale Evans? When I was little, I just loved their fancy cowboy outfits and their beautiful stately horses. I wanted a pony like that for myself. That's when I made up my mind. I wanna be a cowboy sweetheart. I want to learn to rope and to ride. I want to ride o'er the plains and the desert and over the great divide. I wanna hear the coyotes howling, and when the sun sinks in the west, I wanna be a cowboy sweetheart, the life I love the best. I-dee-o-la-dee-dee-o-dee-o-la-dee-dee-ay, I-little-la-dee-o-little-la-dee, I-dee-o-la-dee-dee-o-dee-o-la-dee-dee-ay, I-little-la-dee-o-little-la-dee. I wanna be a cowboy sweetheart. I want to learn to rope and to ride. I want to ride o'er the plains and the desert and over the great divide. I wanna hear the coyotes howling, and when the sun sinks in the west, I wanna be a cowboy sweetheart, the life I love the best. Happy 4th.
You have probably seen the Dr. Phil show. You know, the one where all these people come to him with their problems. Now, he's a really smart man because he has a PhD in something. So he talks to these people and they tell him their troubles. And he analyzes everything and tells them what to do. So these people leave the show all happy and relieved, and it's just wonderful. Well, we have that same kind of show right here with Dr. Jill. Except that sometimes the way things turn out can be just a little different. And now, here's Dr. Jill.
Welcome to the Dr. Jill Show. I'm Dr. Jill. I am a real doctor, you know. I was a proctologist, but I decided it would be more fun to mess with people's heads. So I took a course in piano tuning just in case the show didn't work out. But I did read a book on psychology. So I feel that if the show works, that's fine. And I'm happy to report that it is working out just fine. So with that, let's welcome my guests. Well, hello. What is your name, sir?
I'm Elmo Crudberry.
And what is the problem that you want me to help you with?
I can't get a date, Dr. Jill. No one will go out with me. What can I do?
Well, first I think you should change your name.
Really? Why?
I don't think any woman would want to be dating a man with that name, just in case there'd be a marriage later on.
Oh, well, okay. I'll change it to Clarence Crudberry.
Never mind.
Can you help me, Dr. Jill?
Oh, sir, I never fail to find an answer to a problem. Now let me ask you this. Did you ever have a date?
Well, yes, I did.
And where did you take that lady?
Well, I was entered in a speed eating contest, so I took her to watch me wolf down 40 hot dogs in 3 minutes.
Ah, yes. And then what happened?
Oh, we went to the emergency room.
And then what happened after that?
She thanked me for a rotten evening and took the bus home.
Uh-huh. And did you ever call her again?
Yes, I did, but she said she was sick.
Oh, sick? Of what?
She said she was sick of me.
I see. And did you try dating anyone else?
Yes, I did.
And where did you go that time?
Well, I took her to meet my parents.
So what happened?
We went to my parents' house and I knocked on the door
Yes, and then what?
and they hollered out, "We're not here!" So we left and my date thanked me for a rotten evening and took the bus home.
I see.
So, can you help me, Dr. Jill?
No.
But you said you never failed to find an answer to a problem.
That's true, and I have found the answer for you.
Really? What is it?
Elmo, I'm sure you have a lot of hidden charm, so all you have to do is go and find it. You just haven't found it yet.
Oh, so that's it. Well, thank you.
Oh, no, don't try to thank me. That's just doing my job. You can go.
And how about you? Fed up with the lower end job you have? Tired of piano tuning? How about playing a doctor on TV? Join Joanne's acting studio, guaranteed to teach you in under 100 easy lesson components. Each component will be brought directly to your door for the low price of $19.95. And we guarantee you will be more satisfied than any guest you have seen here today. And here is more with Dr. Jill.
Well, hello. In your names, please?
I'm Nellie Dillard, and this is my husband, Willard Dillard.
Well, welcome to the show. And what brought you to here today?
We came by taxi cab.
No, I mean, why did you come to see me?
Oh, it's terrible, Dr. Jill. I just want to strangle my husband. Can you help me?
Help you strangle your husband?
No, I mean, will you help me with this problem that is driving me crazy?
Well, yes, of course I will. That's why I'm here. So, what is the problem?
It's my husband.
My dear, every husband is a problem.
I know, but this one watches television 24/7, and he throws his dirty clothes on the closet floor.
Well, a lot of husbands do that.
Yes, but when I tell him not to do that and to put them in the laundry bin, he does this thing.
What thing?
He pours ketchup on the clothes. He stretches yellow tape across the closet door and says nothing can be disturbed because it's a crime scene. He laughs just like this.
So, my guess is he watches a lot of detective shows.
Oh yes, crime shows, comedy shows, everything.
Interesting.
And he does this other thing with his food.
What's that?
When we're having dinner, he scoops out a ditch in his mashed potatoes, and he fills it with gravy to make a river. Then he plants little trees around it with his broccoli.
I see. So, I guess then he watches arts and crafts shows.
Oh yes, he watches everything. Talk shows, Sesame Street.
Sesame Street.
Yes, and golf, news, sports, taffy pulls, everything. And somewhere from TV, he has picked up this awful habit.
Oh, what habit?
He's developed a very annoying speech impediment.
Well, what do you mean?
Just try to talk to him. You'll see what I mean.
Well, okay, Willard, your wife says you're having some trouble with communication. Do you want to tell me about it?
Well, I didn't really, want to come here today, because, I don't think there's any, problem with the way I, talk.
You see what I mean? It's driving me crazy. And our friends, they're avoiding us. They just don't invite us over anymore.
Yes, I understand. Willard, why are you talking that way?
Gee, it just, gradually got to be, a habit. It just, it fills up the, the spaces while I'm, thinking about, more words.
Well, stop doing it. You're driving everybody nuts.
Well, I can't stop doing it, I can't help, talking this way. It's, a habit.
Now look, you created this habit and you can break it. However, it is hard to break a habit unless you put something in its place. So now you substitute a better habit.
But, how can I do that,
It's easy, Willard. Every time you start to say, you just go, hee hee. And let's hear you do that now.
Hee hee.
Oh, good, problem solved.
Hey, hee hee, you're right. This hee hee works fine. Nellie, isn't this hee hee great? Dr. Jill here is just hee hee wonderful. Now there's no hee hee problem anymore.
Oh, no.
Well, folks, there goes another happy couple with their problem solved on your own, Dr. Jill.
It gives me great pleasure to introduce the 2014-2015 Wisconsin Rapids Community Theater Main Stage Season. It's all about the dance, from the dance of love to the dance of time. This WRCT season is a symphony of great plays. Leading Ladies by Ken Ludwig, A Christmas Carol by Charles Ludlam, adapted from the novel by Charles Dickens, Dancing at Lunanza by Brian Field, and Almost Maine by John Cariani. We know you will enjoy this lineup. For information on season tickets, you can call the WRCT offices. Back to the Dr. Jill Show.
And now we have our next guest. Your names, please.
Well, I'm Hattie Pratt. This is my husband, Matt Pratt.
Well, welcome to the show. And why have you come to see me today?
Well, we watch your show a lot, and we see all these people with relationship troubles. So we thought you might like something different on your program.
Oh, and what would that be?
Oh, we've been married 40 years, and we never argue about anything. Oh, we're very happy together.
Well, that isn't normal. So let's find out how you got yourselves into this dreadfully boring situation.
No, we're just fine, Dr. Jill. Our marriage is wonderful.
Oh, don't worry, I'm going to help you. I'm going to give you my compatibility test.
What's that?
It's a test to find out how well suited the two of you are for each other.
Look, we've been married for 40 years. That seems pretty compatible to me.
But how do you really know that?
What?
Maybe you just thought that you had an ideal relationship because you just never knew any better.
That's ridiculous.
Now, see, you're getting angry. That's a defense mechanism.
No, it isn't.
Obviously, you're in denial.
No, I'm not.
You've been suppressing your hostility.
Okay, I'll stop suppressing. I'll be openly hostile. Well, this is stupid.
Now, Matt, Dr. Jill knows best. We need to take this test together.
No, we don't.
See? You've just proved that you do.
What was that supposed to mean?
Refusal to cooperate is one of the first signs of incompatibility.
For Pete's sake.
So, take the test.
Do I have a choice?
No. Now, the first section is, how well do you know your partner? And the first question is, what is your wife's favorite flower?
Biscuit.
Yeah. Like roses? But you wouldn't know that because you never give me any flowers.
Oh, this is going to be great fun.
Now, next question. What is your wife's favorite food?
The most expensive thing on the market.
That's not fair, Matt. You don't take me out often enough to even notice what I like.
Oh yeah? You happen to know what my favorite food is?
Of course, meatloaf.
I hate meatloaf.
But before we were married, you told me you loved meatloaf.
I love my mother's.
Oh, well, fine. That's the thanks I get for trying to please you all these years.
Look, I love your pot roast. I even like your cabbage cookies.
There isn't any cabbage in my cookie.
Well then, I guess they just taste like cabbage.
Why do you keep bringing up my cooking?
Because I have trouble keeping it down.
If you think I'm such a lousy cook, why did you even marry me?
I'm trying to remember.
Okay, let's get on with it. Now, next question. What is your wife's favorite color?
Green.
And why did you say that?
I don't know, it just popped into my head.
No, that was obviously a psychological slip. Green happens to be the color of envy. So, well, who do you think your wife envies?
Any woman who's a size 6?
Are you insinuating that I'm fat?
I am not insinuating.
Are you implying that I'm fat?
I am not implying.
You think I'm fat?
I didn't say that.
Oh, you obviously do think I'm fat. You should have married your old girlfriend, Susan Brown. She was as skinny as a noodle.
Not anymore.
What do you mean not anymore? You told me you had not seen her since you and I became engaged.
Oh, for Pete's sake.
Did you marry me on the rebound mat? Did you ever really love me?
Of course I have. I've loved you terribly.
So I've noticed. I certainly hope you'll improve.
Oh, no, Hattie, you didn't mean that.
I didn't.
Oh, come on now. You know you're still crazy about me.
I am?
Of course you are. Remember yesterday in the laundry room?
What about?
You remember, you were doing laundry and I came up and gave you a little hug.
So?
And you said you felt something warm and fuzzy.
I did feel something warm and fuzzy. Yeah. I had a handful of Adrenaline.
I'm getting fed up with this. Come on, we're going home.
Fine.
Hurry up for supper.
Solved by your own Dr. Jill. Remember, we'll be back tomorrow at the same time. And just if you bring your troubles to the Dr. Jill show, your lives will never be the same again.
Next, we have an informative monologue about the history of ladies' swimming suits and the vast variety of items currently available for an enjoyable fitting room experience. Here is Darlene Bach with The Bathing Suit.
When I was a child in the 1950s, the bathing suit for the mature figure was boned, truss stamped, reinforced. Not so much sewn as engineered. They were built to hold back and lift up, and they did a very good job. Today's stretch fabrics are designed for the prepubescent girl with a figure carved from a potato chip. The mature woman has a choice. She can either go up front to the maternity department and try on a floral suit with a skirt, coming away looking like a hippopotamus that escaped from Disney's Fantasia. Or she can wander around every run-of-the-mill department store trying to make a sensible choice for what amounts to a designer range of fluorescent rubber bands. What choice did I have? I wandered around, made my sensible choice, and entered that chamber of horrors known as the fitting room. The first thing I noticed was the extraordinary tensile strength of the stretch material. The Lycra used in bathing costumes was developed, I believe, by NASA to launch small rockets from a slingshot, which gives the added bonus that if you manage to actually lever yourself into one, you would be protected from shark attacks. Any shark taking a swipe at your passing midriff would immediately suffer whiplash. I fought my way into the bathing suit. And as I twanged the shoulder strap into place, I gasped in horror. My boobs had disappeared. Eventually, I found one boob cowering under my left armpit. It took a while to find the other one, but at last I located it flattened beside my 7th rib. The problem is that modern bathing suits have no bra cups. The mature woman is meant to wear her boobs spread across her chest like a speed bump. Well, I realigned my speed bump and lurched toward the mirror to take a full view assessment. The bathing suit fitted all right, but unfortunately, it only fitted those bits of me willing to stay inside it. The rest of me oozed out rebelliously from top, bottom, sides. I looked like a lump of Play-Doh wearing undersized cling wrap. As I tried to work out where all those extra bits had come from, the prepubescent salesgirl popped her head through the curtain. "Oh, there you are," she said, admiring the bathing suit. I replied that I wasn't so sure and asked what else she had to show me. I tried on a cream crinkled one that made me look like a lump of masking tape, and a floral two-piece that gave the appearance of an oversized napkin in a serving ring. I struggled into a pair of leopard skin bathers with ragged frills and came out looking like Tarzan's Jane, pregnant with triplets and having a rough day. I tried on a black number without a midriff and looked like a jellyfish in mourning. I tried on a bright pink pair with such a high-cut leg I thought I'd have to wax my eyebrows to be able to wear it. Finally, I found a suit that fitted. It was a two-piece affair with a short style bottom and a loose blouse-type top. It was cheap, comfortable, and bulge-friendly, so I bought it. My ridiculous search had a successful outcome, I figured. When I got home, I found a label that read, "Material might become transparent in water." So, if you happen to be on the beach or near any other body of water this year, and I'm there too, I'll be the one in cut-off jeans and a t-shirt.
The Silver Foxes encourage all theater talents of members, including directing, stage managing, set decoration, and sound. As a writer, I was encouraged to try to write a play. One of our struggles in the group is finding appropriate material. We have many more female leads than males, so I thought to put together a play of all women. At the time, many of my friends were expecting grandchildren. Church groups were collecting items for deployed soldiers, and I was proud of the offerings of my home state. I have an Aunt Emily who loves me, a mother who continually has problems with her hearing aid, and my father's, whose middle name was Orville's favorite cookie, is the one he was eating at the time. You are now welcome to the day room of Sadie John Retirement Home, which is named after my grandmother, who hand-quilted a baby quilt for each of her great-grandchildren. I hope you enjoy my original play, written expressly for the Silver Foxes, The Box from Wisconsin.
Hey, I found one.
Hi, y'all.
Rosemary. Hi, Rosemary.
What are you doing, Selena?
I'm packing a box to mail to my first great-grandson in Germany. He may have been born on a foreign Air Force base, but he's a Wisconsin boy. And I want him to have some of the things he would have if he were living here.
You're sending him beer?
No, I'm not sending the baby beer.
If your baby wants beer, I think they have enough of it in Germany. But it's called stout or ale or something. You shouldn't be sending a baby beer anyway. What kind of a woman did your grandson marry?
Emily, calm down. Are your hearing aids on the fritz again? I said you only heard part of what I said. I said, no, I'm not sending the baby beer.
Well, who is?
Nobody is.
Well, if you want him to know about Wisconsin, you should send him beer.
And cheese.
They don't have cheese in Germany either? What kind of a country doesn't have beer or cheese?
Well, not one that I'd go on a trip to.
Well, where are you going?
Well, Emily.
Emily.
Oh, that's my,
Check your hearing aids. No one is going anywhere. I'm sending a baby gift to my first great grandson.
So what do you have in there?
I have a picture of his great-grandfather's farm, a picture of his grandfather at the fair with his prize-winning 4-H bull, a Packer onesie, a stuffed badger, a Milwaukee Brewers t-shirt, and gosh, by gosh, overalls.
What a lucky little boy. Did you already send him the quilt that you made for him?
Oh yes, that went with him when I found out he was on the way. It'll be waiting for him on his crib when he gets there.
Well, how are you going to fit a Harley in there?
A baby on a motorcycle? I never.
Well, Harleys are Wisconsin made.
Stella!
But don't they sell little tiny model motorcycles? A toy one, that's a good idea, Stella. Maybe for when he's older. What do you think, Selena?
When he is older, they better be here living in Wisconsin.
So, what's in the baggie?
Beautiful fall leaves, so he can see what a colorful state he lives in.
Well, I think you should send him snow and ice so he can see what a cold state is.
I have cherry preserves from Door County. Remember that bus trip we went on?
Yes, that was fun. Great cherry pie.
A bag of craisins.
Well, what about cheese?
Swiss cheese. Baby Swiss.
Not from Wisconsin. Colby, of course.
Oh, I've been to Colby, Wisconsin. They make good cheese there.
Well, just so long as it's not Velveeta. That ain't cheese.
That isn't cheese.
Do you have a picture of yourself for him?
Yes, I mailed one along with the quilt.
Well, I think that we should send a picture of all of his great-grandma's best friends, all of us.
Stella, that's so sweet.
That's not sweet, it's the truth.
It's sweet, and it's the truth. I'll send that one of us on the Capitol steps from our bus trip in Madison. And now, I'm going to make my special chocolate chip oatmeal cookies. The one the kids call Orb's favorite cookie.
Oh, that must be what the kids call Grandpa's favorite cookies. But to Orv, his favorite cookie was the one he was eating right then.
Now that baby is eating cookies too?
They are really for his daddy. They're his daddy's favorite too. He will be so happy.
His daddy would be happy if you sent him beer. Oh, Stella!
A is for apple, B is for boat. That used to be right, but now it won't float. Age before beauty is what we once said, but let's be a bit more realistic instead. Here is retired kindergarten teacher Marilyn Helgestead with her new alphabet.
A is for arthritis. B is the bad back. C is the chest pains, perhaps cardiac. D is for dental decay and decline. E is for eyesight. Oh, can't read that top line. F is for fissures and fluid retention. G is for gas, which I'd rather not mention. H is for high blood pressure. I'd rather it be low. I is for incisions with scars you can show. J is for joints, out of socket, won't mend. K is for knees. They crack when they bend. L is for libido. What happened to sex? M is for memory. I forget what comes next. N is for neuralgia and nerves way down low. O is for osteo, bones that don't grow. P is for prescriptions. I have quite a few. Just give me a pill. I'll be as good as new. Q is for queasy. Is it fatal or flu? R is for reflex. One meal turns to two. S is for sleepless nights, counting my fears. T is for tinnitus. Ooh, bells in my ears. U is for urinary troubles with flow. W is for worry. Now, what's going round? X is for x-ray and what might be found. Y is for another year. I'm left here behind. Z is for zest. I still have in my mind. I've survived all the symptoms my body's deployed, and I'm keeping 26 doctors fully employed.
Another thing that provides a great deal of variety is the TV game show. Every good game show provides a host that is attractive and enthusiastic, and players that are real characters, and ours is no exception. We have the slick and handsome Garrett Grand and a lineup of interesting contestants. We now join the taping of the famous game show, Fishing for Facts. Take it away, Garrett.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Fishing for Facts, the hottest game show that will ever flood across your television screen. As your host, I'd like you to welcome Mrs. Austin Houston back with us. She is our reigning champion, and so far she has won a grand total of $4,200. You all remember that Austin owns a cattle ranch in northern Texas and is a lifelong student of the history of the American Southwest. Austin, are you ready to take on two new challengers?
You bet your boots I'm ready, Buckaroo. Garrett, round them up, bring them on out.
That's the good old tall hand spirit. Now let's hear a great big Fishing for Facts welcome for Mrs. Jane Wise and Miss Trixie Dixon. First, Jane, tell us a little bit about yourself, Jane.
Well, it's my pleasure, Garrett. My parents were missionaries, and I was born in the Cantonese section of China. An insurrection forced us to return to the States, and I was raised in Chicago. I graduated from the University of Chicago with a master's degree in the fine arts. I'm married to an accountant, and I'm a librarian. My hobbies include collecting Ming Dynasty porcelain and playing pan flute.
Terrific, Jane, just terrific. And our next contestant is Miss Trixie Dixon. Trixie, help us get to know you a little.
I'll try.
Oh man, where do I start? Oh yeah, I was born and raised about 30 miles outside of Pittsburgh. I'd have to say I'm still technically married, but my husband, the dirty rat, ran out on me 25 years ago and left me with my poor sick mama to take care of. So I did what any self-respecting girl would do. I got a job and supported myself and Mom as an exotic dancer. I was darn good at it too.
Does that mean you no longer dance, Trixie?
Oh, I retired from dancing when I got varicose veins in my legs. Now I own and operate the candy and popcorn stand at Herb's Bowling Alley. In my spare time, I take care of Mama and my little black mutt Gus. And I sew sequins on blouses for me and Mama and for our girlfriends.
Oh, wonderful, Trixie, just wonderful. And that's a lovely glittering blouse you're wearing too, I might ask. So, contestants, you know the rules for fishing for facts. The one with the right answer gets to fish. You drop your imaginary hook into the imaginary well of wisdom, pull out an imaginary fish, on which will be an imaginary question. The question will magically appear on my monitor, and I will read it aloud. It's $100 for each correct answer.
Oh, goody! I'd have to sell 100 bags of popcorn to make that much money.
Try to contain yourself, Trixie. Now, contestants, remember, there is a shark in the well, and whoever pulls him out gets to claim any other contestant's winnings. So, good luck. Okay, our champion goes first. Are you ready, Austin?
Yes, sirree. Just give me that pole, Garrett. It may not be a 6-shooter, but I'm raring to go.
Okay, let's watch our champion drop her hook into the well, and it's an exciting moment. And she's caught a fish already. Okay, contestants, for $100 I will read the question on Austin's fish. What is the capital of the state of Washington? There's the bell. Trixie ran first. Trixie, do you have an answer?
Is it Washington, D.C.?
Sorry, Trixie, that's wrong. Jane, you rang too?
Certainly I rang. Anybody knows the capital of the state of Washington is Olympia.
Oh, sure. Like these questions are easy or something.
Okay, Jane, you're on the board with $100, and it's your turn to fish. There she goes, tossing in her hook, and she's caught one. The question on Jane's fish is, after a siege in 1836, the Mexicans captured a mission in what U.S. city?
I got it. It's San Antonio, Texas. It was the Alamo.
Right you are, Austin, bringing your total to $4,300. Good going. Now, Austin fishes again. She catches one, and the question on the fish is, what English poet wrote in 1667 about Satan's rebellion against God?
These questions are so easy. It was John Milton, and the work was Paradise Lost.
Right you are, literary lady, for another $100.
Smart Alec thinks he's so smart because he knew 2 answers.
That's $200 for Jane, and she gets to fish again. Okay, she's caught one, and her question is, name the highly developed civilization that existed in Central America when the New World was explored by Europeans.
I guess I'll take a stab in the dark, Mia.
Did you say Maya, Trixie?
Oh, I guess so.
Yes, it is, Trixie. The Maya civilization is right. That puts you on the board with $100.
Oh, yippee! May I fish now?
You certainly may. Trixie is fishing, and she's caught one. And the question on her fish is, what branch of the government is responsible for preventing counterfeiting of U.S. currency, as well as protecting the president?
Is it the Marines?
Oh, I'm afraid not, Trixie. Jane, you rang in with a close second?
Of course I did. Anybody with half a brain knows it's the Secret Service.
Right, it is the Secret Service, Miss Library Girl. That's $300 for you, and it's your turn to fish again. And there's your fish. And the question is, what express mail route was extremely hazardous to the carriers and lasted roughly only a year and a half?
Hey, that's my kind of question. It was the Pony Express.
Right you are again, Austin, for a total of $4,400. Now try to remember to let us finish the question, contestants, okay? Austin is fishing again. She drops in her hook and gets her fish, and her question is, what material exists in all living cells and is enclosed by a plasma membrane?
The material is protoplasm.
Good work, brainy lady. You're on a roll for $400. This time Jane drops her hook into the well and pulls up a fish. And the question is, this 46th state of the Union is bounded by the Red River on the south, the Ozark Mountains in the northeast.
I got it, it's Oklahoma. Geez, I love these southwestern questions.
You sure do know your regional facts, Austin. You're up to $4,500. Now fish again. Okay, you caught one on your hook, and the question is, the earliest library known to man was a collection of clay tablets found where?
I could answer these questions in my sleep. The Library of Clay Tablets was found in Babylonia in the 21st century BC.
This ain't fair. The questions don't ask anything I know.
There aren't too many questions they can ask about popcorn, Trixie.
Patience, Trixie. Just be patient and keep trying. Okay, Jane, you're up to $500. I see you have your hook in the well already. And there's your fish. And the question is, what class of animals breathes through gills, has jointed appendages, horny outer skeletons, their blood is colorless?
Easy, they're crustaceans.
Good going, Miss Book Lady. But remember to wait for the entire question to be read, just to give the others a fair chance.
Okay, Garrett, I'll wait.
Darn it, what the heck is a crustacean? It sounds like some kind of pie to me.
It would.
Moving right along, it's Jane's turn again. And she has caught another fish, and the question she has pulled out of the well of wisdom is, what armored mammal rolls into a ball when it is attacked?
I know. It rolls into a ball. Is it a bald eagle?
Oh, I'm sorry again, Trixie. That was a good try. But a bald eagle is not a mammal. It's a bird. Austin, you also rang. Do you have an answer?
Sure as shooting, I do. That animal's from my neck of the woods. It's an armadillo.
Okay, Austin. You're stacking up those points with $4,600 so far. And Austin drops her hook into the well of wisdom. And the question she fishes out is, what is the word that means a connected series or order of succession? There's the bell, and Trixie rang it first. Trixie, do you have the answer?
Yeah, I think so. Let me see. It's something connected like beads on a string. Oh, I got it. It's sequence.
Trixie, did you say the word sequence?
I think so. That must be it.
How about that, ladies and gentlemen? Trixie Dixon does not give up easily. Okay, Trixie, it's your turn to fish. Trixie drops her hook into the well of wisdom and stirs up the fish. She pulls out her hook and, oh, this is unbelievable. She has caught the shark.
I caught the shark!
Catching the shark means Trixie can take away Austin's $4,600. Only twice before in the history of Fishing for Facts has a contestant who was bringing up the rear been able to claim such a huge pot from a champion. Trixie, what do you have to say about this turn of events?
Oh, my mama will be so proud.
And Austin, do you have anything you'd like to say to Trixie?
Yeah, I'll take it like a good Texan. Congratulations, Trixie. It's been fun playing with you. But I'm sure glad I got my oil and my cattle money to fall back on.
Well, I'd like to say something at the risk of sounding like a poor sport. Trixie, you are by far the dumbest contestant I have ever seen in my life. You could fish for facts from now until doomsday and you'd still have the mind of a melon. If you fell into the well of wisdom, you'd come up dry. If a shark bit off your head, all it'd give would be empty calories. One numbskull worthy you of $4,600.
See you next week around the Well of Wisdom for another round of Fishing for Facts.
Universal Studios may boast of George and Gracie or Archie and Edith, but we have our own dynamic husband and wife duo, Bud and Bonnie Barton, and they are going to explain to you exactly why men are just happier people.
If Laura, Kate, and Sarah go out for lunch, they will call each other Laura, Kate, and Sarah.
If Mike, Dave, and John go out, they affectionately refer to each other as Fat Boy, Bubba, and Wild Man.
When the bill arrives, Mike, Dave, and John will each throw in a $20 bill, even though it's only $32.50. None of them will have anything smaller, and none will actually admit that they want change back. But when the girls get their bill, out come the pocket calculators.
A man will pay $2 for a $1 item if he needs it.
A woman will pay $1 for a $2 item that she doesn't need, but it's on sale.
A man has 6 items in his bathroom: a toothbrush, toothpaste, shaving cream, a razor, a bar of soap, and a towel.
The average number of items in the typical woman's bathroom is 337. A man would not be able to identify more than 20 of those items.
A woman has the last word in any argument.
Anything a man says after that is the beginning of a new argument. And a woman worries about the future until she gets a husband.
A man never worries about the future until he gets a wife.
A woman marries a man expecting he will change, but he doesn't.
A man marries a woman expecting she won't change, and she does.
A woman will dress up to go shopping, water the plants, empty the trash, answer the phone, read a book, and even just to get the mail.
A man dresses up for weddings and funerals.
Men wake up as good looking as when they went to bed.
Women sometimes deteriorate overnight.
And now, a short musical number by Lee Tritz, with help from Penny Wees.
We got married this evening. Our kids are finally leaving. Our friends are all gone. We're all alone, side by side. She says, wait here, I'll get ready. I'm getting nervous and heady when her teeth and her hair she put by the chair, side by side. One hearing aid so tiny, one glass eye small, and then she took her leg off. That did me in, all in all. I stood there, broken-hearted. Most of my girl had departed. I slept in the chair there was more of her there. Side by side.
I'm so glad we had this time together to celebrate spring, finally. To have a laugh and hear a song or two. It seems we just get started, and before you know it, it's time to say so long. But before you go, there's one more thing. Let's meet the Silver Fox cast.
Lee.
Mary.
Marilyn.
Bonnie's husband.
Darlene.
Doris.
Pam.
Karen. And Stella. At this time, I'd like to recognize our director, Penny Weiss. Penny and she's a plant lady, and she loves flowering plants. And happy springtime, and thank you so much for all the work that you went through to help us.
Thank you, everybody.
Good job. And Penny's assistant director, Bonnie Barton, deserves Bonnie has a great attention to the details, the little fine points. And it's good to have the combination of directors, the big picture, and Bonnie can bring us the small picture. I thank you all for coming.